Okay, so good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
All right. Let's start today's class. Okay, so in last class, we have discussed about what is platform. So platform provides us what? Development and execution environment, right? So we have discussed like platform act as an interface, right? Platform act as an interface between user and hardware. Okay, then we have discussed about platform dependent language and independent language. Okay, C and C++ are platform dependent because the compiler of C++ or C language generate which code? Binary code. And this binary code makes that language what? Platform dependent. So this binary code is what? Platform dependent. That binary code cannot execute on other platform like Linux, other platform like Windows, right? So platform is what? Operating system. Then we have discussed about platform independent languages. So platform independent languages are what?
Python, no, Python, Java.
Yes, we can say the languages which generate intermediate code. The languages which generate intermediate code, such languages are what? Platform independent
Java.
language. Independent means which can execute on any platform. What is platform? Operating system. What is operating system? Which provide interface between user and hardware. Right? So we have discussed about like when there is a Python program. Okay, so there is a hodgepodge here. Anyway. Okay, so we have discussed about what is bytecode. Bytecode is what? Bytecode executed by PVM, Python virtual machine. So bytecode is platform independent. Okay, bytecode is not in zeros and one, right? Bytecode is a collection of mnemonics. What are the mnemonics? Mnemonics means verbs. What is the mean of mnemonics? Verbs, right? And we have discussed about PVM. PVM stands for Python virtual machine. It is a software provided by the language, right? PVM is having translator called interpreter. Interpreter translate bytecode into executable machine code, right? Then we have discussed about programming fundamentals. So in programming fundamentals, tokens, keywords, identifier, literals, data types, and operators. So these are what? Programming fundamentals. So tokens are what? The smallest individual unit, right? Without token, a statement cannot be created. What is a statement? Whenever you are writing a line of code, okay, in any programming language, that is what? A statement, right? But you cannot write the statement without using token, right? So what are the tokens? So these are the tokens like keyword, identifier, literals, data types, operators. So these all are the tokens. We have discussed about keywords. Keywords are those words which understand by the machine. Means a language can understand the meaning of the words. That is what? Keywords. We have seen how to display the keywords. So we can import which library? Keyword library. And inside the keyword library there is a method called kw list. So with the help of that kw list, what we can do? we can print all the keywords. To get the length of the keywords, we can use length function. Right, so this much we have discussed in last class. Let's start today's class
जी
now.
सर, हेलो। हेलो सर।
Yes, yes.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है। सपोज मेरा नाम सोभिक है, सोभिक में 5 लेटर है, 5 लेटर है, टोकन है एस 1 टोकन, एस 1 टोकन, O 1 टोकन, ऐसे ही होता है टोकन।
uh, See, Sobik. Okay, so here you can see what I have said. A token is the smallest individual unit within the program. Right? Without token, a statement cannot created. Right? So what are the token? So tokens list I have given, like token is what? Keyword, or we can say identifier, literals, data types, and operators. Right? So whenever you are writing the program, so anyhow you will use what? Tokens. But your name can also be a token. Right? For example, if you are writing your name, right, so you are writing your name. So what is this name? What is this name? If you are saying name is equals to Sobik, name is equals to Sobik, right? So now what is your name? So this is what? One literal, right? This is one operator. This is what? This is one identifier, right? So I have written this statement. I have written just a small statement for assigning your name in a variable. So are you understanding what we are using? Are we using are we using identifier? Yes. Are we using literal? Yes. Are we using operator? Yes, we are using, right?
हाउ टू फाइंड आउट द टोकन इन
Sorry,
इन द प्रोग्रामिंग।
come again.
सपोज सर, हाउ टू फाइंड आउट द टोकन।
How to find out the token? Here, how I find out the token? Like that, you can find out. You should understand what is token. Token I have written na. Token is what? See, uh, just wait. When I'm writing token, so token you cannot print. For example, you cannot write a program to print all the tokens. But token you should. Okay. So you should understand it like what is tokens. So if someone asks you, let's suppose interviewer asking you what is token, so what you will say? You can say n
टोकन इज द स्मॉलेस्ट
we,
यूनिट ऑफ
yeah,
द प्रोग्राम।
smallest units, and the example of token is what? Keyword. Example of token is what? Identifier.
Token is
Exam
nothing but it is a variable line.
Yes, yes. Or we can say this is what? Literal, right? And what we can say? Operator. Okay. So token is what? Literal, operator, keyword, identifier, and what? Data type. Is your doubt clear now?
ओके ओके, क्लियर सर।
Okay. Okay. So these are the examples of tokens. Okay, so today we have to understand about the we have discussed about the keywords, right? Now let's talk about soft keywords. Okay, we have discussed about keyword, but let's discuss about soft keywords. What's the mean of soft keywords, right? So let's try to understand it. Okay, so for example, if I'm writing here, for example, I have to store a number. Let's suppose there is a number 20, right? So I want to store this number in a variable. So how can I store? Can I write here for is equals to 20?
No.
Can I write here in equals to 20, right?
No.
Can I write here a is equals to 20?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes.
Here we cannot write for equals to 20, n is equals to 20, but we can write a is equals to 20, because for is what? Reserve words. In is what? Reserve word, which you cannot use as an identifier. Keywords cannot be used as an identifier. How should we believe? Okay, so let's open ideally, and I'm writing here what? I'm writing here for. See, whenever you will write keywords, so you will see different color. For example, I'm writing here a, or if I'm writing aa, so you are not getting different color. The moment I'm writing in, so whenever I'm writing keywords, so you can see different color. So for example, I'm writing for here, and in for I want to assign 10. What it is saying? Syntax error, invalid syntax. When I'm trying to say in is equals to 20, again invalid, right? Okay, for example, here I'm writing a is equals to 20 now. So is it? It is taking. So are you understanding? We cannot use keywords as an identifier. Okay. Okay, so there should be one note. Note: keywords cannot used as an identifier, right? So keyword cannot be used as an identifier. Okay. Okay, now let's try to understand what is soft keyword. So soft keyword, we can say soft keywords can be used as a user defined words. Okay, what are the user defined words? We can say identifiers. Okay, or we can say or identifiers, right? But how you will get to know whether which is soft keyword, right? Soft keyword can be used as an identifier. For example, how to print all the keywords? How to print all the keywords, guys?
Import keyword dot key list.
So we can say import
Keyword keyword
keywords.
dot key list.
Okay, and then keyword
Dot key list.
kw list. Right. So these are the keywords. These all are the keywords. Right. For example, here there is one keyword called. Can you see here match? Anyone? Are you seeing here anywhere match keyword?
Mm, Mice is not
No,
displaying.
sir.
Okay. Are you able to see type keyword?
Type is not.
Okay. Are you able to see underscore as a keyword?
No, underscore is not showing.
No.
Okay. So these are what? These are what I have written here. I have written match. I have written type. I have written underscore. Right. So these are the keywords. These are also the keywords, but these are the soft keywords. Okay, so how to print the soft keywords? So in order to print the soft keyword, we need to use here keyword dot soft kw list. Okay, so can you see underscore, and there is case, there is match, there is a type. What is the mean of soft keyword? Soft keyword means soft keywords can be used in as user defined words or identifier. So these are the soft keywords, but that can be used as a identifier. So let's try to use them as an identifier. For example, I'm writing here case equals to what? Hello. Will it work? Yes. So if you will write here print case, so it is printing hello. Right. For example, if you're writing here match, so see color is changing. But if you will say hi, so it will print. Right. So soft keywords are the words which can be used as an identifier. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. Right. So now let's understand what is identifier. Okay, what is identifier? So we can say identifiers identifier is a programmer defined words, or we can say user defined words. Right. Identifier is used to identify programming elements. Right. So what do you understand by identifier, guys? What do you understand by identifier?
Like a variable.
Like a variable. For example, if we are saying name is equals to let's suppose Raju. Okay, so what is identifier here? Name is a identifier, right? For example, if I'm writing here 1.py, so what is identifier here? One is a identifier, right? Because identifier means which through you are identifying something. So with the name, with the help of name, you are identifying the object. With the name, Sangeeta, have you joined with two devices? Okay, cool. Okay, so which through we can identifying something, right? For example, I'm writing here one function name, right? For example, I'm writing here print. So print is what? One function which prints something on screen. So that is print is also an identifier. Print is also an identifier, right? For example, if I'm writing here, let's suppose in C language, what we write in C language in order to define the data type, we write here int,
int,
right?
int,
After int, we write what?
variable,
For example, variable name I am writing. Okay, so can we say here int is an identifier? Int is what? One data type. But with the help of data type, you are able to identify the data which will be stored in this variable. Right? So data type is also an identifier, right? For example, package name. Okay, package name. So this is also an identifier. A package contains what? A package contains functions. Which function? Predefined functions. Right? So package name can be an identifier. Right? Or we can say module name. Right? So module name is also an identifier. Right? So these all are the identifier. Identifier is not limited to the variable name. It is not limited to the variable name. Getting? So anything which through you can identifying something, that is what identifier, right? So let me write here examples. So first we can say variable name, variable name, or we can say function name. Next we can say data type name. Next we can say program name, right? Or we can say module name, right? Or we can say package name. So these all are the examples of identifiers, right? Next, what we have to discuss? Okay, so how to create the identifier? Okay, so we can say identifier. Identifier is a single word, right? You cannot write like a space a is equals to 10. You cannot write like this because this is the two name. one A is different, second A is different. You cannot write like this. So an identifier is what? Single word, single word. Okay, for example, if you are writing combine AA, so that is what? That is a valid identifier, but it is not a valid. This is the valid. This word is created using what? Using alphabet. Using alphabets. Okay, alphabets. And what are the alphabets you can use? You can use A to Z, right? And you can use capital A, right? So alphabets and digits. So what are the digits we can use? 0 to 9. 0 to 9 digit we can use. And what we can use? And one special character. What is special character we can use? Which is underscore. Okay, apart from underscore, none of the special keyword you can use. None of the special keyword you can use apart from underscore. So what you can use? You can use alphabets, you can use digits, you can use one special character which is underscore, right? Okay, so but there is one note which you have to keep in mind. Identifier cannot be a keyword, right? But a soft keyword. Okay, so for example, if I'm writing here A is equals to 10, right? So I have written A is equals to 10. If you will print A, so what is the value of A? It is printing 10, right? So can I use capital letter? A is
Yes,
equals
yes,
to 10,
yes.
right? Can I use digit? Can I use digit?
No, sir, no, no. No,
So
yes, sir.
I have written here num1.
Yes.
Yes. So if I will print num1, it is printing 20. Can I use a special symbol? For example, first underscore name, right? So first name, for example, I am writing Mohammed. So in order to print this, you will write underscore name. So underscore is also valid. So what I've used? Small alphabets, capital alphabet, digit, and underscore, right? So this is what? Valid things. But if you will use it with different combination, then it will make an issue, right? So for example, if I'm writing here, So let me just open here Colab. Okay, so if you will write colab.new, so it will directly give you the new notebook. Okay, so for example, if I'm writing here a is equals to a is equals to what? 10. So tell me, is it an error or is it a valid identifier?
It is a
Sir,
valid.
no error.
It is a valid identifier. Okay, so there is no error. So if you will print it, so how you will print it? You have to write similar
This
number of alphabets. Okay, so it is printing. For example, I am writing here 1 num is equals to 20. Is it a valid?
No, it is not valid.
It is not valid. You can see underline. Okay,
and
so means variable name, whenever you are creating an identifier, the name of the identifier cannot be start with digit, right? For example, let me take a new code, and for example here I'm writing for example I'm writing what? Pass is equals to 30. Is it an error or not error?
error, sir, error.
Why it is an error?
The password is a the keyword.
Keyword
Password is
only.
the keyword.
Because we are using what? Keyword. So that is why it is invalid syntax. We cannot use keyword as an identifier, right? Okay, so can I use a and at the rate b is equals to 20?
No, because
Sir,
No.
So this is also an error. Why it is an error?
special character is there.
Only underscore.
Only underscore as an special character allowed. Correct? Yes. For example, if I'm writing a underscore b 100, will it work?
Yes, it is
There
wrong.
is
what?
no error. If you will print a underscore b, if you will print a underscore b, so what it is giving? 100, right? For example, if I say only underscore is equals to 300, is it an error or not?
Error, sir.
Tell me guys, is it an error or not?
No, sir, no error, sir.
Anybody else?
No, only special character is showing.
So there is no error. Why? Because underscore is a only special character which is allowed. Okay. So if you will print, it is printing what? 300, right? So if I will print a multiply b is equals to 20, is it an error or not error?
Errors.
Yes. So this is an error because we cannot use
Yes.
another special symbol apart from underscore. Alright. So hope you are understanding this, guys.
He is understanding.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's take this one. Okay, so there are some rules. Okay, so first what we said, so we have written one is what? We have written this identifier. Identifier is a single word. This word is created using alphabet. Okay, alphabets, digits, and character. Second is what? Identifier cannot be a keyword. This is the second. Right? Identifier cannot be a keyword. Okay, so the third one we can say there should not be any space between identifier, right? So if you will give the space, it will give you error, right? So as we already know, if you will write a, okay, if you will write first name is equals to most, right? So what it will give? It will give error because space is not allowed, right? Space is not allowed. Right, next we can say the fourth one is identifier is allowed only one special character. Okay, what is that special character? Which is
Underscore.
Underscore.
underscore. Okay, which is underscore. Okay, now the fifth rule is identifier should start with alphabet, alphabet, or what? It can be alphabet, start with
Underscore.
alphabet, or we can say underscore, right? But should not start with digit,
Number, numeric.
right? Now it cannot be start with digit. Sixth we can say length of an identifier is unlimited, right? Unlimited, right? For example, if I am writing here a a a a a is equals to 300. Is it valid or not valid? It is valid, right? But it is useless to give unlimited length to a variable because it will make the problem while you will print that identifier, right? So length could be unlimited. Okay, now there is one more thing, which is naming convention. Okay, naming. Okay, so what's the mean of naming convention? Okay, so naming convention means we can say naming conventions are nothing but naming rules, right? This naming convention makes application, right, make application easy to understand, right? So what are the naming conventions? So we have different naming conventions, like first one is Pascal case. Pascal case. Second one is snake case. The third one is
Camel case.
camel case, right? Okay, so camel case is something like this. Snake case is something, okay, something like this, and Pascal case is like this. Okay, Pascal case means C should be capital. Camel case means this is the camel case, right? Okay, let's search about naming convention. Right, so these are the naming convention. What's the mean of naming convention? Naming convention means whenever you are writing the name, whenever you are writing the name of any class, so there should be a rule. When you are writing a variable name, there should be a rule. When you are writing a function name, there should be a rule. Okay, so we can say Pascal. Okay, so Pascal case is used to define class name, right? So right now you may not have a proper understanding about class, but later on you will understand it. But you should remember, whenever we work with classes, whenever we work with classes, so class name should be capital, start with capital. For example, I am writing here student. So student is a class, so it will start with capital, right? For example, if I am writing here employee, so this is what class name. For example, I am writing here current account, right? So Pascal case means first letter should be capital. When you are combining another letter, that should be capital. But here you can see the first letter is capital, but when I'm combining another words, then I'm not using Pascal case, means I'm not writing with capital letter. So this is a mistake. So what should I write? Like this. So this is what correct Pascal form, right? So whenever you are writing which name? Class name. Whenever you are writing class name, what you will use? Whenever you are writing class name, then you will use Pascal case, right? Which case? Pascal case to write the class name. Okay, next we can say snake case is used to create variables. Example is what? So for example, roll number, okay, written in which? Pascal case. Okay, it is not in Pascal case, but this is also a Pascal, I mean a snake case. But the more specifically if you are writing, so you should write like employee underscore. Okay, so this is what? Snake case. Okay, OTP underscore number. So whenever you are writing variable name, so which format you should use, which naming convention we should use? Snake
Snake
case,
case.
right? Pascal case when you are using class name, when you are writing class name. Next is what? Camel case. Okay, so camel case is used to define functions. Okay, so what are the examples? Examples are like, for example, I'm writing the function for, there is a function called length function. Okay, there is a function called create account. Okay, so this is what? Camel case, right? Or for example, if I'm writing student marks.
D-
Okay, so this is what? Naming convention. Are you understanding, guys? What's the mean of naming convention? The correct way of writing the name of a identifier, right? So there are three ways to write. So for example, if you are not writing variable name in snake case, will it be a error? Will it be a error? There will not be any error. But if you will follow these standards, so these are what? Developers standards, or we can say programming standards, right? Otherwise there will not be any issue, right? So for example, if I am writing here, if I am creating here class, so class name I am writing here is student, right? So this is a better way. This is a better way to create the class while following this which case, Pascal case. But if you will not follow the Pascal case, there will not be any issue. For example, I am writing here student, so will it be any error? There is no error. Okay, while creating the function, so how to create the function, I'll tell you. There is a different topic, but for example, I am writing here uh, student marks. Okay, student marks function. So is there any error? No error. But at the same time, if I will not follow the rules, if I not follow the rules, then there is also not error. There is also no error. While creating the variable name, if I am following the rule, for example, I am writing here student underscore name, and I am writing here Mohit. Okay, so here I am following the rules, but here if I not follow the rule, then there is no error. But you can see here which is more readable. Is it more readable, or with rules there is a readability, right? So as per the Python documentation, we should follow the rules, otherwise there will not be any error. But it is better to use what? It's better to use rules. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. This is what Pascal case, or let's write a student class so you can understand in more appropriate way. Student class. Okay, and this is what camel case, right? And this is what
Snack is
snake case. Okay, so let's talk about data types. Okay, so this is an important topic. Data types and literal. Okay, so what is data type? So we can say data type
And
data
the data which define of the
okay,
data.
okay, anyway, let me tell you. Data types are used to reserve memory, right? Okay, just give me a moment, please. Okay, data types are used to reserve memory for data, right? Or we can say literal. And Python data types are classified into two categories. Okay, so what are those two categories? The first one is
Cumulative.
No, scalar data types. Second one is collection data types. Okay. So what's the mean of scalar data types? So we can say scalar data types are used to allocate memory for one value or single value, right? When you want to reserve the memory for the single value, right, that time you will use scalar data types. For example, there is a value called let's suppose there is a value called 10. So is it a single value? Yes, it is a single value. So this is what this is known as scalar data type, right? For example, if you are writing 10.5, so is it a scalar data type or not? This is also scalar value, means single value, right? For example, if you are writing here 5 plus 3j, okay, so this is also a scalar data type, scalar value, but I have written this in the complex number. This is which type of number? Complex number. Okay, so complex number contains two things. One is real part. So here 5 is what real part, and 3 is what imaginary number. And imaginary number we represent with j. In mathematics we represent it with I, but here we represent it with j. So this is also a single value. For example, I have written here true. So this is also a single value, but which type of value it is? Boolean value. For example, I have written here false. So this is also a single value, but this is what? A Boolean value. So all the single value are known as scalar data or scalar data types. Right? So what is a scalar data type? Scalar data types are used to allocate memory for one value or single value. So these all are the example of single values. So what I said, so we can say scalar values are like what? Integer, float, complex, boolean. Okay, in Python, boolean we say what? Bool, right?
Bull.
And there is one more thing which is none type, and I will tell you later about none type, but you can understand this is also a data type, right? So first is what? Scalar. Second one is what? Complex data types. Okay, so what is complex data type? Complex data types which is not single. Complex means which is not single, right? Scalar means which stores single value. Complex means which does not store single value, means it store what? Multiple values. It reserve the space in the memory for multiple values. So what we can say? Collection data types are used to allocate memory for more than one value, right? Collection data type are classified into three categories. Okay, so which store multiple data. Okay, so when we talk about complex data types. Complex data type means collection data types. Okay, sorry, I have written wrongly. I'm sorry for that. One is scalar, second is what? Collection, not complex. Complex is a scalar data type. This is what? Collection data type, right? Collection data type, right? So collection data type can be divided into three categories. So for example, I'm writing here collection, right? So collection data types divided into three categories. First category is what? First category is a sequence. Sequence. Okay. Sequences. Second category is what? Sets. And the third category is what? Mapping.
చాలా పెద్దగా వచ్చింది.
Yes. Any doubt? Someone is on unmute. Okay. Okay. So we can say sequence collection. What we can say? Sequence collection. Second, we can say sets collection. And the third one is mapping collection. So in how many categories we can divide the collection data type? Into three categories. What are they? Sequence, set, and mapping collection. Right? So let's understand it. Okay. So when we talk about sequence, sequences. So in sequences data type, list is an example of sequence data type. Tuple is an example of sequence data type. Range is an example. A string is also a sequence data type. Bytes sequence data type, and we can say byte array. Okay, byte array is also a sequence data type. So these are the examples of sequence data type. Next one is what? Next one is sets. Okay, so in sets we have two types of sets. One is, we can say, just a set, and the second one is frozen set. Okay, this is also a data type, but set is a collection data type. Frozen set also a collection data type. Next one is mapping. In the mapping, there is one type of data type, which is dictionary, and dictionary we denote with dict, right? So how many total data types are there? How many total data types? So 5. These are the 5 data types. 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So how many total data types? 14 data types. 14s are the total data types. So note here, we can say these 14 data types are called Python standard data types. Okay, Python standard data types are those 14 data types. Okay, now the question is, what is literal? Okay, what is literal?
Very constant.
Yes, we can say literals are values which never changed. Okay, Python literals are classified into two categories. Okay, so what are the two categories? One is numeric, second one is non-numeric, right? So what are the numeric literals? So we can say,
Hello, pi 3.14.
okay, so we can say integer, right? Float and complex, right? And non-numeric, so non-numeric is what? str,
Boolean.
String.
we can say string, and there is one none type, none, and there is a bool. So these are what? Non-numeric, right? Next question is, what is a variable?
A container to store the data.
Yes, we can say. What is variable? Okay, so we can say variable is an identifier, okay, which is used to identify value, or we can say object, right? Variable is named memory location, right? For example, as I already told you about this, let's suppose if you want to store 10, so in order to store this 10 value, you need space, you need to reserve the space in the memory. Let's suppose this is what? Memory. So in this memory you need a space. So how you will reserve the space for this? You will reserve the space for this with the help of variable. Okay, so what you will do, you will when you are storing some data, there will be a block, okay, in the memory. In that block you will store that particular data, but there should be a name of that block, and the name of that block is known as variable. Okay, so what I said, variable is a named memory location. Okay, so this is the a is a name of this memory location which is storing 10, right? Okay, now let's discuss about, okay, int data type. Okay, should we continue this tomorrow or should I complete it now? Tell me, guys.
Complete now, sir.
All right. Okay.
Complete, sir, complete.
Okay. Let me know whenever you feel boring. Okay. So
Please, sir.
int data type. Int data type is what? Int data type is what? Data type, or we can say class, is used to construct integer object, right? So whenever you are storing a integer number, whenever you are storing a integer number in a memory, so this is what? This is an object created, right? This is an object created. For example, let's suppose I have written a is equals to 10, right? So there is a memory, okay, In the memory, this is what memory. So this is the space for storing the 10. But this space is what? This space is nothing but object, right? And who is referring this object? Who is referring this object? A, right? So we can say A is a variable. A is a variable which is referring to the integer object. Okay, what is integer object? 10, 10, 20, 30, these all belongs to the integer class. What I said, for example, there is an animal class. If there is an animal class, so what are the objects of animal class? Cat, dog, these are what? Object of animal class. So 20 and 30, what is 20 and 30? For example, there is a class called integer. For example, there is a class called int. So int class objects are what? 10, 20 and 30. So these are the objects exist in real words. Okay, so these numbers exist, right? So this is what? This is a variable which is referring to the integer object, right? So I have said here, int data type or class is used to construct integer object, right? So for example, we can say, okay, int data type is used by Python virtual machine for allocating memory for integer value, or we can say literal, right? So pvm is what? Python virtual machine. Okay, int data type is used by pvm for allocating memory for integer literal, right? And next is, we can say, integer is a numeric value without fractional part. Okay, there will not be any fractional part, right? For example is what? We can say 1, 10, okay, 3, 3, or 40, 34, like that. These are what? These are the example of integer, right? Okay, so how to create integer class? How to check whether this value belongs to integer or not? For example, I have created here num1, and num1 equals to what? 100, right? So if you will print here, if you will print num1, so what it will print? See, whenever I am writing hash, if I am writing something before the hash, I mean after the hash, whatever I am writing, that is what? That is known as comment. So I am writing what? Comment is not a code. Comment is used to understand the code, right? So if I'm writing comment, means I'm just writing for your understanding purpose. So it will print what? 100, right? If I will write here type num1, so what it will print? It will print output as class integer, right? So if I will run this, so you can say here 10, 100 is printing. But same code if I will print on ideally, so you can see it will print class also, because it is hiding some output. Okay, so for example, I'm writing here num1 equals to 100 and print num1, so 100. If I write here type num1, then it will print class like this, right? So this is what I'm trying to say. So this is what? Integer number. which belongs to which class? Integer class, right? So integer number belongs to the integer class. And how to check the type of the data? With the help of type function.
सर
Yes, yes.
सर मैं बोल रहा हूँ इतना कितना टाइम आज सब कंप्लीट होगा
नहीं, पूरा डेटा टाइप तो कंप्लीट नहीं होगा, बट we can complete one or two. Okay, so we will continue in the next class because this is a big topic and some students are not present in today's class. So what we will do, we will continue it in the next class. Okay, so in the next class I will finish the data types, right? I will complete the data type. Today is which date? So today is
16.
16th. Okay, so 16, 17 holiday. I mean there is no class, Sunday no class. So 1 month. Approx by February. February around 16, 17 or maybe 20 we will be ending the Python, right? Okay, so once I will clear the basics, then we will move fast because I'm going slow because you are in fundamental phase. So we should give time to the fundamentals. So I think this January month, I mean till 26th, we will cover a lot of fundamentals. Then we will go little fast, and I will provide you assignment as well. Okay, for there is no class tomorrow, but there will be an assignment for tomorrow's class. Okay, so you have to complete that assignment and you have to submit. Okay, so but before ending this class, I am creating here one Google Classroom, so where I will upload the I mean where I will post the assignment, and here you have to submit the assignment. Okay, so you can join the classroom, and you can, what you can do, you can use the Google Classroom application in your Android phone, right? If you're accessing with phone, so you can download the Google Classroom application. So I will tell you the code. Okay, so Python full stack 7:30 p.m. Okay, so this is the code. Just take the screenshot of this code, or let me just give you the link as well, so that guys kindly save this link with you. Okay, this is the link which through you can join the class. I mean join the classroom, this classroom. Okay, and here I will create the assignment. Let me write here one message: welcome to Python full stack development course, right? So take the screenshot if you haven't take, otherwise you can use the link, but do not share this with others. Okay, keep it with you only. All right guys, so here I will post and I will inform you on group as well. Okay, does anyone have any doubt? Pankaj, Souvik, Swati, and where is Sangeeta?
No doubt, sir.
Sangeeta left. Okay, no issue. All right, guys. Good night, everyone.
And, sir, how to join the class?
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Swati. How to join the class? This is the code. And how you will join the class? So simply, what you will do, you will search here Google Classroom, or just simply search here Google Classroom. Okay, the Google Classroom, and then okay, or maybe you can see here three dots, or not three dots, but nine dots are there. In nine dots, if you will click, so here you will see classroom application. So if you will click on this classroom application,
Mm.
right? So there will be a plus button. Okay, when you click on plus button, so there is a join or create, but you have to click on join the class. Now what it is asking, it is asking class code. And what is the class code? Here is the class code. So what you will do, you will copy this class code and you can paste here. You can copy, you can paste here, and you can click on join. Okay, so it is saying something went wrong because I am joining my class, so I cannot join the class which I have created, but you can join. Okay, this is the simple process, right? Otherwise you can watch the video how to join. Okay, right? If you face still any difficulty, you can connect me with group on group. Okay, on group you can talk to me.
Okay.
All right guys, bye all of you.
Right. Good night.
Good night guys.